begins with breaking news.
They jumped out their truck. They said, hands up. He got a gun, he got a gun. Pow, 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 pow. That's it. He had no gun.
That was the sister of the black man shot and killed in an officer-involved shooting, this time in North Carolina.
Not long after that shooting, the protest that had started turned violent. Relatives are saying that Keith Scott was simply reading a book in his car. Police say, though, he had a gun. The officer who fired the shot is also black. Wake News anchor Sean Kreisman has more on this still breaking story for us. Sean?
Demonstrators held their hands up along the Charlotte roadway overnight, steps away from officers in riot gear. The moment of peace, that was brief. Police fired tear gas into the crowd. Some protesters in attendance kicked those canisters right back to them. The chaos erupted hours after Keith Lamont Scott was shot and killed by police at this apartment complex. This was Tuesday afternoon. Officers were there looking for a suspect with an outstanding warrant when they encountered the 43-year-old getting out of his car. He was not the man they were looking for.
As they engage him, he is armed with a handgun that we found on scene as well. Makes some imminent threat to them, and because of that, at least one of our officers fired.
The officer involved has been identified as Brentley Vinson, an African-American on the force since 2014. Authorities say he's been placed on administrative leave. Approximately 12 officers were injured during last night's protest. One officer was hit in the face with a rock. Authorities say they're interviewing witnesses as part of their investigation.
Also breaking overnight, an armed robbery at a Domino's in East Naples. Witnesses and employees tell Wake News someone stole car keys and about $50 from the assistant manager, but luckily nobody was hurt. The victim says this is the second time he was robbed while working at that Domino's in the 7000 block of Radio Road.
Switching gears, talk of weather. A very good Wednesday morning. Headlines for today, 92 degrees, a mixture of sunshine and clouds. And just like on Tuesday, when according to plan, we had a lower than normal storm coverage. And for today, we will see a continuation of that weather pattern with a couple and a few spotty areas of rain, primarily inland. Now, right now, Doppler radar, for the most part, looking good and dry. I do have, a couple areas of light to moderate rain around 10 to 15 miles southwest of Sanibel, but that's about it. As we take you outside, honestly, it's the humidity. That's one of the bigger headlines. 79 degrees. It is mild. It is muggy. A little bit of wind out there out of the northwest at 5, and with our muggy meter, the dew point 75, so another humid start. Temperatures right now, there we go as they fill in. 75 in Lehigh Acres, 77 at Immokalee, 81, tough stuff in Naples, and 78 right now in Cape Coral. So the game plan is for this morning, most areas will be dry. Make those outdoor plans, but it is worth noting, I'm going to throw in a slight chance of rain around Lake Okeechobee, also along the coast, but still keep and make those outdoor plans, but just check the radar from time to time. As we head into this afternoon and by this evening, we will see the development of a couple and a few spotty areas of rain, primarily inland and east of I-75.
Developing this morning, Ahmed Khan Rahami now faces federal charges for planting bombs in New York and New Jersey, including one that injured 31 people when it blew up. Police in New Jersey captured Rahami Monday after wounding him in a gunfight. He is still in the hospital. Rahami is already facing state charges in Connecticut with the shootout. Investigators say that Rahami planted 2 bombs in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood Saturday night. Another bomb exploded in New Jersey the same day. He's also accused of leaving explosives in a trash bin by a New Jersey train station. The IRS commissioner is expected to apologize to Congress today for information his agency lost and inaccurate statements that he made during congressional investigations of its treatment of Tea Party and other conservative groups. House conservatives are trying to impeach John Koskinen. Court documents say that he learned in 2014 the IRS workers destroyed a computer hard drive in 2011. Koskinen opposes the impeachment effort.
Florida's Attorney General Pam Bondi, she's defending a decision of hers to keep a $25,000 donation from Donald Trump. Wink News there as the Democratic Party of Lee County was calling for a federal investigation of Trump's campaign contributions. For the first time, Bondi answered some questions about that 2013 donation and says she has no regrets and her office did nothing wrong asking for the money. Bondi also says it would have looked like it was a bribe if she had returned it. Meanwhile, there's a local activist who wants some answers after he says he got kicked out of Donald Trump's rally at Germain Arena. John Heim recorded it on his cell phone. In the video, a man approaches the Southwest Florida Clean Water Movement activist, says Heim is a known protester and he needs to leave. Heim asks why a few times, but gets up and then gets escorted out of the building.
Just let down that they singled out one person without really having any viable information of who I am or what I do.
Heim says he thinks somebody in the crowd who disagrees with his views tipped off security. Wing News has contacted the Trump camp for a comment, trying to learn more about its policies for protesters, but haven't heard back. It's 4:35, and there's a new Monmouth University poll that shows the presidential nominee Hillary Clinton is leading the way here in the Sunshine State. 46% of likely voters supporting her compared to 41% for Trump. The Libertarian nominee Gary Johnson came in at only 6%.
This morning, people are already placing some memorials along a new fence outside of the Orlando nightclub massacre at that site. The old fence where people have been leaving items, including flowers, candles, and messages, has now been taken down. The memorial items that had been standing along a worn fence for months have been collected. A new fence displays work from local artists.
And I know that it's changed for the future, and it's changed for good, and it's changed for a lot of wonderful reasons, but it was just really hard.
Regardless of the change for Luis Morales, he will continue to visit the fence daily to mourn the loss of his brother, Eduardo Manuel Sotomayor, one of the 49 killed back in June. From 5,000 items left at the nightclub, they've been collected now and cataloged by the Orange County Regional History Center. The long-term plans for a permanent memorial are still in the works.
A tragic story this morning is coming out of FGCU, where a student was killed simply waiting at a stoplight.
State troopers say that a Mack truck slammed into Ryan Wendler on Michael G. Ripp Parkway. But news reporter Kristen Sanchez now joins us live from FGCU from the campus this morning. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Jen. Really a very sad story about a student here at FGCU. And this morning, we're hearing from his mother. His name is Ryan Wendler, and he's 20 years old. And again, he was a student here at FGCU. Now, troopers say that Ryan Wendler was killed when he was hit from behind by a dump truck. Reports show he stopped at a red light on Briarcliff. And the second driver, a 75-year-old man from Cape Coral, was driving a truck and didn't stop, rear-ending him, sending both flying onto the shoulder.
This was obviously a massive impact of a crash. However, you have a large disparity between a truck and a vehicle as well. So there's a lot of factors we have to take involved.
Now, his mom is saying this about her son, if we could pull this up. My son was a generous, wonderful person. He was an Eagle Scout. He was loved by many people, and he just started volunteering at the local soup kitchen and was doing Meals on Wheels for the first time this Saturday. I'm sure there's more. He's just a great person, and the world lost a beautiful light. Now, overnight, we learned that Ryan worked at Moe's restaurant just up the road from Florida Gulf Coast at Gulf Coast Town Center. He was a line cook there, and his co-workers had a small vigil last night in his memory. Now, again, we're told that he was loved by many people here in the community, and today we're asking officials at campus if they are offering counseling for grieving students. For now, reporting live at FGCU, I'm Kristen Sanchez. Wink News now.
There's a 9-year-old girl lucky to be alive today after the car hit her while she was riding her bike back on Sunday. Nevaeh Marion's family says they heard the crash. They came outside, found her covered in blood. They're claiming the driver that was involved never even got out of his car.
Any human would get out of their car and make sure that child was okay. He didn't get out of his car until the police got here. And his brother flipped out and was he's banging on the window you just hit my sister. What are you doing?
Well, the family is saying Nevaeh's brother is now facing criminal mischief charges. Meanwhile, the Florida Highway Patrol says the driver is not going to face charges because the girl is at fault.
Fall officially begins tomorrow, which means there are only about 3 months left in 2016. Hard to believe. The first holiday for fall, Halloween, just 39 days away now. Then the holiday season gets into full gear by November, with Thanksgiving 63 days away. Hanukkah and Christmas this year both begin on the same day. That's 94 days from now. So, hey, guys, I guess we better start that holiday shopping very, very soon. I know the Spicker family already has. You guys are way ahead of the curve.
No, but we've thought about it.
Okay. You're slacking this year.
Yeah, but it was 2 weeks ago. I saw the first decorations up already. It was crazy.
Yep. Target is out, and some of the other stores as well.
Man. This morning, Wink News is trying to look into how safe and secure your kids are when they're at school. It's a story you'll see only on Wink News.
Plus, a warning for all homeowners. Crooks are breaking into houses and renting out your homes. A story everyone in our area needs to see.
And how's the weather going to hold up for you this afternoon? Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt has our weather on the ones, your forecast every 10 minutes.